Hello everyone and welcome. Heroes has many 5-star exclusive units, and it's easy to focus on the best of the best at very high investment. Today though, I want to change things up and look at a few 5-star exclusives that don't need merges, ideal IVs, or investment to be good. They're just amazing no matter what and will be useful for all players. First, we have a unit with quite a reputation, Festival Micaiah. Summer Festival Micaiah is a mage and dancer combined. Despite her low BST, only 139, she has a strong stat allocation and an exceptional personal weapon. Red Micaiah's Dawn Suzu is a remix of Blue Micaiah's iconic Thani, a personal tome that deals effective damage to armor and cav. Unlike Thani's bonus to res though, Dawn Suzu adds a bonus to attack. Anti-armor is super useful and extra powerful on red units. The ability to almost unconditionally one-hit KO green armor is invaluable. That's doubly true when that green armor is named Surtur. Micaiah is a complete package. She can dance, debuff, tank mages, and kill armors all by herself, and she does so with only her base kit and 0 merges. In my opinion, Festival Micaiah has more utility than most other units, and everyone is stronger for having her. Next, we have a character that's new but has already made her mark, Loki. Loki personifies the old adage of if you can't beat 'em, join 'em. Healers and ranged cav are some of the strongest and most infuriating opponents to fight in AR, so why don't we use a healer to beat them? Although she only becomes a bona fide terror with merges and investment, her base kit is all she really needs to be useful. With high HP, access to colorless infantry duel, and a robust offensive stat line, Loki is a utility tool and a threat on her own. Her PvE performance leaves a lot to be desired, but Loki is for PvP through and through. Our third unit is actually 2 units, Julia and Deirdre. These 2 mages bring with them a gimmick, but it's a useful gimmick, the Naga Tome. Julia and Deirdre are the only mages who can deal effective damage against dragons. When you pair that with their attack stats, both are able to reliably kill blue and green dragons in one round, regardless of merge advantage. As a bonus, Julia and Deirdre are both ready-made counters for the vast majority of blue and green mages. You need a powerhouse like Lewin, Ophelia, or even a buffed-up Blade Tome to really get through. Everything else gets walled, and then likely killed on the counterattack. Julia and Deirdre are the perfect examples of one-copy wonders, units that can be merged but don't need to be. Their raw power carries them through all of their important matchups. Even at +0 versus +10, blue and green dragons will be maimed if not killed, so why bother investing more than you have to? Next, we have a melee, Legendary Hector. Now for a veteran player, this one seems obvious. Legendary Hector is absurdly good, and he appears all the time in high-end arena gameplay. However, his value goes far beyond his score contribution. Not only is Hector a great +10, his +0 utility is off the charts too. Thunder Armads is arguably the best enemy phase weapon. Turning off doubles is incredible, and Hector can do it on demand. Combine that with the rest of his base kit, and Legendary Hector is ready-made for PvE and PvP and requires no additional investment. DC is DC, and Ostian Pulse fits perfectly into a tactics team, one of the teams that a new player will likely create. New players will find that Hector crushes in all game modes on most team setups. Pound for pound, I feel like he's the strongest +0 green armor in the game, and he's well worth it to +10 too. You may be wondering why I'm recommending Hector over Surtur, when Surtur is more powerful at the top end, and the answer is simple. For someone new, getting access to a reliable source of distant counter is just too important to pass up. Next is another healer, but unlike Loki and Veronica, this one gets far too little credit, Genny. Genny was the unit that introduced Wrathful Staff. Now that we understand just how strong Wrathful Staff is, we shouldn't be surprised by Genny's power. What really makes Genny awesome though is her cost effectiveness. While any healer is broken with investment, Genny is amazing by default. She has Wrathful Staff and Gravity alongside a great attack stat and very high res. She's ready for gravity-based kiting and has the damage to chip things down. In my opinion, Genny is one of the most useful units for PvE. Combine her with the free Olivia that everyone gets access to, and teams with Genny can clear almost every piece of PvE in the game. She's good, only gets better, and brings a lot of value to your barracks. Last and certainly not least is Legendary Azura. Legendary Azura is unique for her status as a legendary dancer, but for our purposes, it's all about her PvE utility. Thanks to Prayer Wheel and Grey Waves, Legendary Azura gives your entire team uncontested dominance over the player phase. She's nothing short of god tier. With Dance Seals, Azura is self-sufficient and scales well to boot. I think veterans have all realized just how good Legendary Azura is over the past few weeks, but it really does bear repeating. She's definitely a unit that everyone should want if they can get their hands on her. Heroes has a ton of amazing units. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the size of the roster, or get sticker shock when you see just how expensive a 5+10 really is. But don't ignore all of your 5+ zeros. You'll end up with a bunch of them as you play, so you might as well make them useful. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. You can find me on Twitter at DireThunderYT, so feel free to send me cool stuff or just drop by to say hello. As always, I hope to see you next time. Take care.